Good morning, good morning. Ama, it's good evening, good afternoon. What's up, what's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Karibuni, karibuni. Karibuni watu wangu. Welcome, 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 welcome. Doris Candy. How are you, Doris? How are you, Doris? Another day, another dollar, another morning to be thankful for. Kenya, good evening. Poa sana Doris, poa sana Doris. Welcome, 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 Aze. Welcome, welcome. When you get in, hit that like button. Welcome, welcome. Can you guys hear me? Najua leo, I'm in a different setup. I'm in the basement. So tell me if you can hear me today. Am I loud and clear? Let me know, let me know. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, man. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, man. Today, leo tuko na show moto sana. Introducing another aspect, mtu wangu. Watu wangu. Wycliffe Timbwa, mambo poa sana. Esther Gidinji, hello. Rosemary Dirangu, hi. Miriam Mungai, mambos. Nim Hohes, hey, Owen mambos, poa sana. Thank you, man. Thank you, Wycliffe. Esther Gikuru, Henry Omwando, Doris Candy. Thank you. Doris, I think alingia mbele ya. Doris went in before everybody else. Kami podcasts, you're getting me. So, boys, I'm used to talking to my kids. So, guys, can you hear me? Mnanisikia? Yeah. Kama unanisikia, man, piga like. Yeah. So I'm excited. Leo tuko na mheshimiwa akona I know you will love her story, but napenda cause it's another thing atuongeagi sana. Najua saa ingine Africa we are behind when it comes to these things, man. So today we'll be talking about online dating, man. Alafu vile that can lead to successful marriages, na unaweza meet mtu wako online. Najua I know like in the African setting, by the way, people, you know, in the past people looked down on online dating, but in today's age people are not meeting the normal way, traditional way. Siku hizi watu wanapatana online. So leo tunaongea through someone who's gone through the successful story, maze. Awambie the successful story of meeting your permanent, you're for life, man. And that's the story, by the way. Alafu so leo tutatoa meets kibao, alafu atatuambia jani yake, man, so give me a like alafu maze, give me a like ndio to alert juu nimekuja impromptu. I came impromptu. Give me a like ndio tuamshe hao watu wengine wamelala, alafu tuanze show. Gerald Njogu, hapa from Nyeri. Divon Musioma, hello Owena. Watching from Zimbabwe. Kuda kwashe Mudhingwa. Welcome Zimbabwe. Welcome to the Kenyan American home. Ross Nganga watching from the United Arab Emirates. Peter Mutangili. Hey, what's up, bro? Tunasikia. Okay. Lydia Mukhanyi, Florence Mbuiria, sweetheart, karibu. Bilal Imba, Lizzie watching from Doha, Lydia Mukhanyi watching from Doha, Qatar. Are we give me a thumbs up tuanze show. Let's get the show rolling. Owen, You are right here. Oh, watching from Dar es Salaam. Khadija Malid. Welcome sana. Haya, nipigeni thumbs up mtu wangu, tuende kazi. Edwin Kim from Poland in the house. Heri Zugwe. From Kenya but in Qatar. Welcome the Gulf people. Florence Mwiria. Okay, give me a thumbs up to end the show. Nilete muheshimiwa. I bring the esteemed guest watching from Kikuyu. Welcome Kiambu. Welcome Kiambu County. All right. Okay. Thumbs up. Guys, give me a thumbs up. Alafu we go. Are you guys ready? We get this thing going? Yeah? But and alafu mulisema you guys can hear me. You can hear me well, right? Can hear me well? Locked from Thika. Catherine Siegfried from Egypt. Yeah, welcome, man. Ruirunda in the house. So Maureen Manka says, thumbs up. Bilal, Dar es Salaam. No one from Uganda here today. Zimbabwe, Qatar, Poland. Hey man, Egypt, everyone. Welcome, Aze. Welcome. Let's get this show started. Let's get this show started. And hey, what's up, my people? The Kenyan American home up hivi mazena. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. Feel at home, man. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and then you'll become part of the Kenyan American home family. Hey, so today we have an amazing show lined up for you. I'm introducing another aspect of, people ask, what are some of the ways I can come to the US? And today, we're going to hear a story from the beginning to the end about, this lady that it's not just coming, you can get double and triple blessings, not just come to the US, but also, come to the US, get the love of your life and get the life that you wanted. So, without much further ado, I want to welcome none other than, drum rolls, everybody. Bam, Judy J, maze. Judy J.
Mambo.
Poa sana. Is it too early for you to?
No, it's fine. It's only 9:30 actually.
No, so for me, my wife is like, because I'm a morning person, and other than me and my daughter, no, but everybody else is not a morning person. So I'm like, I'm not a morning
person too. My husband is a morning person. He was surprised today that I woke up so early, actually.
So I'm usually the one waking up and singing out loud in the morning, and I'm like, like, why can't you just wake up quiet? Why do you have to wake up singing and all happy? Maze Judy, maze, welcome. I know we've been planning but with life in the US and family and all those so many things. But I'm glad you're here. So Judy, tell us, who is Judy?
Judy, I'm Judy. I was nimelelewa Dandora. Mimi ni mtu wa ghetto.
Wewe mtu wa D?
Mimi ni mtu wa D. Huko nimelelewa hapo phase 1, tukakaa kidogo mpaka tukahamia huko phase 2. Alafu sasa hapo ndo tukakaa kabisa, and then for a while tukamove huko Jericho. Nimekuwa hapo, tumekaa hapo Jericho pia.
Ulitoka D ukaenda Jerry?
Ndio hiyo.
That's cool.
Geto tu hapo, so najua mali nimetoka na najua pia venye life iko huko, and najua venye watu wanaishi huko, so naweza taka kuambia watu anything is possible, so it doesn't matter where you're coming from. Hata kama uko hiyo ghetto, you can get someone and then just move somewhere. You don't have to be like ufeel ni kama I'm in the ghetto, like I have no life, because watu wengine wanajekanga hivyo, they see like since they're in the ghetto that this is our life, wanajeka tu in a
Yes.
certain way, but
Yeah.
actually you can there's more to it than you can ever think. So what wajitume, we come out and do things, go online, meet people. You never know where you'll end up, just explore.
Yeah, because you said a very important thing there. Because I know, because I'm also from the ghetto, but it's ni ngumu. It's very difficult
Yeah.
to, like, especially when you've grown up in that life, to think that someday this will all, like, you'll get to a point where you don't have to struggle every day,
No.
about getting food. It's hard.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
hard, and I know there's a lot of people who are watching me, will watch me,
yeah,
and they are in that position.
yeah,
Like, tell them, because me, I know it's like, I used to look at other people and think they get blessed. We just watch.
yeah. I've been in the same position too. I know how it feels, and it's not like when you see something like that, maybe you have friends who are also, maybe things are working out for them, and you're like, maybe one day something also happened to me, and then I'll be somewhere too. So it doesn't matter what I'm telling people. It doesn't matter that maybe you think that even coming to the US is only for people who went to the best schools, or maybe you had a nice life, or you had the best education. It doesn't matter. Anybody can come here. It does, whether in with the like a student's visa, marriage, anything that you feel that it's working out for you, just get it and make it work. Tuache kujikaa tukijihurumia, and then we say like, me, I'm just here in the ghetto, I didn't even go to school, or maybe I didn't even finish this thing and all that. As long as you can speak English, you can go anywhere.
You can
So
go anywhere you want to.
you can go
So
anywhere. Yeah, communication.
yeah. So have you always wanted to come to the US, or like, how did this thing all start?
To be
How
honest,
did you
if I tell you, even if you ask me like way back that 5 years, where do you see yourself 5 years? Me, I wouldn't tell you that I'll be in the US. I didn't know that I'll be here one day, because it's my the way we met with my husband, it's a funny story, because first of all, I didn't even think that he's gonna come all the way from the US just to come for me. So when we met and started talking, I didn't even have it in mind. I was like, why would he leave all the ladies and people in the US and just come for me?
just
So
come for you?
I didn't even think that it would be possible. So I didn't even put it in my mind. So we're just talking and all that. I'm like, oh, if he comes, okay, well and good. But if he doesn't come, this is my life. This is where I am, and this is where I belong. So I didn't put it in my mind like this is where that oh, I'll be going to the US and then start getting excited. No, I didn't, because I didn't want to get disappointed maybe. So I was like, if it happens, let it happen, and if it doesn't, maybe, who knows, maybe I'm supposed to be somewhere else, but here I am. This is my 4th year in the US now. So
So wait, when at that point, is it like when you met your husband, was that the first time you had ever done online dating, Ama?
so I got into the online dating in 2015. That's when
Okay.
I actually I started getting to this online dating thing. So, and when I signed up, we met in International Cupid.
International Cupid. Okay.
Yeah, but I was in all dating sites. Just to be clear, I was
So you
nilikuwa zote. I was there everywhere. I was there everywhere.
wait, so before you jump even into the dating, like, before, as in, did you find out people, watu walikuambia, hey, by the way, unaweza pata mpoa wako if you go date online? How did you, like, before you even started doing anything online, how
I
did
ha-
you come to find out
I
about?
was I heard stories about people talking about online dating and all that, but what I didn't know that people can actually meet, and then maybe someone can move from a certain country, and then maybe like something serious. I just thought that people that just meet and then maybe they come hang out, and I didn't know that actually that people really get married, that it's very serious. So
It's
for
very
me,
serious.
I was like, let me just try out new people, because I was just dating Kenyans. So I was like, I want to explore more and see what I
Uh-huh.
can find out. So I didn't even know that I can find someone from the US. I thought I'll just find people who already in Kenya. Maybe they travel from the US or maybe other countries and they just there in Kenya. So I didn't think that if I meet someone that they can actually come from their country and come and see me. I didn't know that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
Ah, no, because wait. So this is the thing with, especially like talking like Kenyan and East African ladies, they go. It's once there's a lot of character development with our people.
yeah.
People say, Mimi, I don't want anything to do with our people. I want a different, because this, like, I've been there, done that, and
Yeah.
I'm done.
For me to decide to come on this side, I
Uh-huh.
can say I had experiences on my own side. So I decided, like, I don't think I want to do that anymore. Let me try out someone really new, someone who doesn't know anything about where I come from, and then see how it works out. And actually it did work out, because the person I found, he understands me better than anyone.
But
I think I'm so difficult. People have a hard time getting to know me. Some of them, even my own family, sometimes. But he understands me. From the first time we started talking, I'm like, I was just like, God, if you give me this person, I think I'm gonna be happy, so happy. And yes, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. He
that's
he,
awesome.
he's just the right person. He's the exactly person I was praying to God that I want someone who understands me the way I am, and he
The
gave
way
me
you are.
exactly what I wanted. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So wait, okay, so take us first day ever opening a profile. What site did you what was your first, like, this was the first you tried, and then how did you go about it? Did you have to
So
go to a photo shoot to take nice photos, or it's
no, but no, I didn't. I just used my own pictures that I took with my camera, and
okay?
I didn't have to be like, do something fancy and all that. I was like, whoever is gonna meet me, they're gonna see me the way I am. So
So
I
you were like, you took the kienyeji photos,
yeah,
the
hizo tu.
and not zile ziko na Photoshop.
Kwanza hizo picha nilikuwa zingine nimepigia huko mtaa, background inakaa tu sijui aje. Nimepigia picha kwa muoroto, nyuma ya muoroto, piga picha hizo ndo nilikuwa na post. Those are the
Hizo ndio
pictures.
ulikuwa-
Yeah, those are, and they were actually attracting people. Nilikuwa napata watu wa nguvu huko.
eh
Hata walami nilikuwa nawapata wote hao watu. Mm. Sasa unajua,
ah
they were looking at the face. They were not looking at the background. Maybe if they were, but I don't know. But I think they were just fascinated with this face. So and I think the people I was meeting, most of them, they were like, oh, I was looking for a natural woman and all that, because so. And I tell people, the women who are going on dating site, I told them, when you go there, when you're putting your pictures,
uh-huh.
don't do filters. Don't do filters with your pictures. And you don't have to be like, if you don't have the money to go to the studio to do a nice photo shoot, but if you have the
Just,
money to, you can do it, but if you don't
yeah,
have any money to do that, just do just do your normal, just take a nice picture the way you are. Don't do a lot of makeup on, because this person wants to know the person they're seeing on the picture. Like, this is the person I'm seeing and this is the person I'll be meeting. Because I know our ladies, I'm sorry to say this, ladies, but I know the way this a lot of makeup, and then when the makeup comes off, it's someone different from whom you met. So some of these guys, they're kind of like, but this is not the person I met.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
totally a
It's
different
like
person. Yeah. He's
they're,
like,
they're they're trying to
no,
look at the picture, and then they're looking at you
like,
and
are
be
you
like,
really the one? So so I'm like, ladies should be confident on with themselves. Like, just be you. Let this person like you the way you are,
the way you
so that
are.
at least they know whom they're gonna meet.
Yeah,
Someone who tells you like, oh, do this, put on makeup and all that, you don't look those people, those are not the kind of people you want to be with, because they're not even, they don't want to see you without makeup. So that means they don't like you with that makeup, and maybe they're ashamed of you without the makeup.
yeah,
Just be
yeah.
yourself. Nice, put on, and nice profile, write a nice profile, the things that if you have a kid, just put there, I have a kid. Don't lie about it, because if you lie and then maybe you get a
They'll
serious
find
person.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now they find out after maybe you have been talking for a while, and then you're like, oh, by the way, I have a kid. I'm like, why did you say so?
Why didn't you
This
say
person will
that?
think that you're lying because you already lied in the first place. And then one thing about the people in the States, in America, these people are so straightforward. They don't like lies. The moment you lie to them first time, they just done. They can never trust you again. So it's better you be straightforward, and make a nice profile. Just write everything about you, the way it is, the way you are, and that is the life you have. Don't write something else and then maybe you're living a different life because you want to impress someone.
Yeah.
There's no need to do that, because you'll be impressing someone, and maybe this person will be like getting the person that you said you are there, but you're not really the person they're coming to meet. And then you end your dream like that, and maybe you'd have found someone nice, but you've already lied. Yeah, just be
That's
open. Yeah, I tell people, just be true. Put on a nice profile picture, very nice picture. Just be natural. I prefer when you do that, just do natural picture. Don't do many, like madoido nyingi, wachaneni nayo. A lot of things, just leave those alone. The way you are, you'll be surprised the people who are approaching you. You'll be like, why is this guy approaching me? Maybe he's supposed to be approaching very classy women and all that. You can't be classy without makeup, without fancy, without the fancy Gucci things, Louis Vuitton and all that. You can be fancy in your own way. You don't have to be looking so with the expensive stuff so that you look fancy. No, it doesn't have to be like that. So
yeah, that's very true actually. I think from a perspective of a man too,
yeah,
and I think it applies to all the men.
yeah,
I think unless there's people who have fetishes that they want to see you looking differently. But a normal man, they just I want to make sure that what I see is what I get.
yeah.
And so just come the way you are. If it's just a remis, put on a remis. And you're, because I will love you for the way you are. I don't love you because you put so many things on, and like foundation.
Mimi kwanza mtu
Like,
wangu alinipenda juu nimenyoa nywele na ninavaa hizi my earrings. Hizo ndo alinoki.
now, alafu no, and then you get somebody telling you, oh, remove those earrings.
Putting on these.
Put on a wig.
My family some people used to tell me that that is not really presentable.
Wife material.
Yeah. Like you have a nose ring, you have this. That is not really. If you're going to meet someone, you need to remove. Only have one. I'm like, no. Whoever is gonna meet me, they either like me the way I am or they just don't like me. And he likes me. He liked everything about me. He was like, I love everything about you. So that's why I'm here. Because if he didn't like anything about me, I wouldn't be here right now. So yeah.
Because then it's so nice to actually, when you're not being catfished.
Yeah.
Like, because there's a lot of catfishes in the internet. Like, see somebody looking very differently, and then you meet them in real life. They're like, wait, you and the person been talking to are two different people.
Two different people.
Now what men are doing is they're taking, like, the second date, you go to a swimming pool.
Yeah. They want you to swim and so that they want to see what will come out of this.
Yeah.
They're like first date, and then second date they'll be like, can we go out in the pool or something? What?
So back to the dating sites. What was your first one? Which one was your first one?
My first one was International Cupid.
And that's the one. Is this the one that you found your?
Yes, yeah, that's the one we met. Yeah.
Okay. What about, like, are there others that?
Yeah, there's Tinder. I was on Tinder. I was on Badoo. I was on Afro Introduction. I even forgotten the other ones. I think I was in all of them. But those are the major ones I remember. But now I hear that there's some new ones that I don't know. It's been long since I was there. So.
These, like, when you start talking about dating sites, there is a lot of them. There's like, so, and you know how you can even, there's like dating sites that are specialty. There's like dating sites for farmers, wakulima. Like
Okay.
that's all they do. It's called farmers only. So
That's
so
you.
what I tell people is sometimes you have to think outside your box.
Yeah.
There's a dating site for like people for SDA, Wazungu who go to SDA. There's a dating site for like every Anglican church. I'm sure there's a dating site. There's a dating site for black people.
Yeah.
Dating site, all kinds of.
There's
So
even
now,
dating site for BBW, the big women,
yeah,
so they don't
big
feel like
women,
left out. Yeah.
small
So they
women,
have their own
all
platform.
kinds, all
Yeah.
kinds. And
Yeah.
so you don't have to be limited. There's so many of them out there, and it's really so. International Cupid is where you met your person.
Yes, that's where we made.
Did you have to pay? And what is your take on the free ones and then the paid ones?
For me, I never paid any dating site, to be honest, because
Oh, you didn't pay anything.
I didn't even have the money. Yeah, I never paid for any dating site. For International Cupid, though, for ladies, maybe they're safe because they will meet a man who has already paid. So if the man who approaches you and sends your message and the person has already paid, you can read the message when he sends you an inbox. But for someone who hasn't paid, it's like standard, and your standard, you can't read each other's messages. That's for International Cupid. I think for other sites, you can just read the messages, you guys can interact, but I've had nowadays they've upgraded, so I don't know, you need to have some, I don't know, points or what. I don't know what's happening there, because I'm not using them, but I think things have changed, and everything now you have to pay and pay. But back then, for me, I didn't pay anything, but for now I don't think still people have to pay on International Cupid. I don't know
So
if
you're saying
yeah.
if like the man has already paid,
Yeah.
then he can see ladies even though they haven't paid?
Yes, yeah.
If that person who's like that man who's paid reaches out to you and you haven't paid anything, can you communicate with
Yes,
them?
communicate inbox, yeah, on private, yeah.
Ah,
But someone who
okay.
hasn't paid, you guys can't read each other's messages on inbox.
Oh, so if like two of you are freeloaders,
Yeah,
nothing.
no. You can't read each other's messages.
Ah, so
Yeah.
would it be safe to say, okay, so if you're a woman, because obviously the men are gonna pay and they're gonna find you.
Yeah.
But if you're a man, it's probably better to
To
pay
yes.
because so that you
Yeah.
can be able to see
See,
other
yeah. But
uh,
some men are also there, they are also looking for
yeah,
women who
that's
have, not all of them who are there, they have, they are looking for something serious. Some of them, they are looking for these, old women and all that, who already have something,
have the
yeah,
money and
have the money.
Ben
All
10.
that.
They're
So
looking for Ben 10.
for me, when I was there, when I saw and then they're the ones who are always on you. They're trying to send you messages, and I can't even read them. You go on their profile, they're just there and all that. So for me, such people just, I was not like, it's not like I was not into, because I knew that these are not the serious people. They are also looking for someone who can help them out in some way. So I wasn't really paying attention to such people. I was going for people on like International Cupid. If the people who have paid, you'll see like a premium, like a gold thing and all that. Those have paid. So those are the people you want to approach, and see even women. You can strike the first conversation. You don't have to wait for the person to write something, because maybe there's some men who are also shy and all that to
Yep.
start. Yeah, so don't be afraid to start the first conversation and say like, oh, hi, I love your profile. Oh, I think I'm, can we be friends and all that. You never know, that might be your husband. But because
Yeah,
maybe
and,
you're too proud, and you have ego like, oh, I can't approach men. No, you don't have to do that. There's a different way of approaching men in the street and saying like, I like you and all that, and there's a different way of starting a conversation and saying that I want to be your friend and maybe we can talk more, something like that.
yeah, and it's I think in the century that we're in, it doesn't matter because if you see this guy and you like this guy, and this guy is just zubaring there, he's like not making any moves. Just tell him, sir, what is wrong
Yeah,
with you?
yeah.
Can't you see what is in front
Maybe
of
he's
you?
also waiting for you to say something,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, yeah.
And both of you are just there.
They're waiting, and then time, yeah. Because actually, do you know that a lot of white, I think white men are they don't have they're not as courageous and bold as our African. The African men will like they will try, even if you say no one time, they will try a second time.
Yeah.
Because
But someone
like
who
they
likes
don't.
you, someone who likes you wherever they are, they'll keep on insisting on talking to you because they have seen, maybe they felt or seen something good, that this is the person I want to talk to. So they won't give up. They'll just keep on texting you, unless if you're not interested, just tell them I'm not interested in talking to you, so that you don't waste their time. Just be communication is very good, especially if you meet these people and you're doing a long distance relationship. So you will need you will need to be like, if I tell people, I met when we met in 2015 with my husband. Do you know we talked for 4 years without seeing each other in person? Yeah, 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, 2015, 2016, 2018. That he came in 2019. He came in 2019. That is when we met. Now we saw each other in person.
We talk to us about that, because I'm sure like that to a lot of people is like mind blowing. How 4 years you haven't seen this person? Like, what kept the relationship going?
The communication. That's what kept it going. When you're in a long distance relationship and you're impatient, then you can't do it. You need to have patience. Patience is the key, because there's a lot of thinking, like, oh, today he didn't call me, oh, what is he doing, maybe is he with another person, and all that. So if you're someone who is always having ideas, because okay, we are human beings, we have ideas, something will
Yeah,
go in the head.
insecurities.
I used to have this all the time. Sometimes I will even think like, maybe this guy is married, he's just playing around with me, because
He's playing with you.
sometimes
Because 4 years.
sometimes we'll stay like a while, he'll disappear on me and all that, but he came, he explained everything to me, and I understood why he was not available most of the time, which made sense. So I gave him a chance to tell me what really happened, and he told me everything. He told me he didn't want to tell me on the phone before we met, because I would have disappeared. So he didn't want. He said, I didn't want to lose you, so I didn't want to say anything. I just wanted to have a chance to talk to you in person, so that if you understand, if you get me and understand me, maybe we can move forward. But if you're not, I would have just moved ahead, but it would have been so heartbreaking. But maybe I don't know if I'll let him come and say this part. Maybe he will say it well. Come.
let him tell us, man, because
maybe he will say it well. Yeah.
Where's the camera?
Oh. You're here.
We can see you.
Oh, okay. Hello there.
Hey, hi.
How you are?
I'm doing great.
So what you explaining?
When we met, and you had to tell me like,
or the things that you didn't want to tell her in
why you were ghosting me in between, but it's just working and all that.
It's kind of simple, but it's kind of complicated too. But what basically, I actually had a girlfriend when I met her, but I was tired of her, the girlfriend. And
okay,
just being real. And so I it's American girl, American black girl, but I was kind of at this point in my life, I really wanted a wife and I wanted children, and I wanted the right kind of woman. And so I decided to go on the on the dating websites, and I went on a couple of them, and believe it or not, I had about 400 inquiries on my first day, 400 inquiries from girls all over the world. But the only one that caught my eye was this one here. And so, and for a lot of reasons, but the reason why I did not, we met in May of 15, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
2015.
when I was in the process of breaking up with my with my girlfriend, but I like to do things. I was raised very well, and I like to do things in an honorable way.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to, and she was really in love, and so I wanted to really feel like do a way of making it soft and respectful for her. But while I was kind of talking to her one day in a room, her face got, all of a sudden her face got crooked and got weird, and then she sat down. She had a stroke right in front of me, a bad stroke, like right in front of me. And I didn't know what was going on, and her left side didn't work anymore. So I had to carry her to the next room, and I had to call 911. In America, we have an emergency service, 911.
Mm-hmm.
So I called the emergency service, and we figured out that she was having a stroke. Now, she doesn't have any family. She doesn't have any really friends, any family, or anything else. I was the only person on earth that could ever take care of her. So I had to suspend my plans with Judy here. And I had to make a life decision, and I had to figure out, okay, am I going to be a human and help a person who's in distress, or leave them out in the street in a bad medical condition, or am I just going to go ahead and pursue my dream and get my family? And I had to make a life decision at that time, and I decided that it wouldn't be right just to leave somebody stranded in the streets. And I turned from boyfriend to nurse, and I was a nurse for about 3 years. Nurse Derek, Nurse Jay. And so I took care of her and nursed her back to health. She had to have a surgery with her brain and all that stuff. And I had to bring her back to health. And as soon as I felt like she was in a health place, I bought her a nice, very nice computer, a very nice iPhone. I gave her some money, and I worked 3 jobs at the time, doing 3 different things. So I can kind of separate from her. I got her a little temporary apartment. Then I had to tell her one day, I'm gonna have to go. My commission is up. I have to leave you now. I have to go now. And then I contacted Judy. Judy, sometimes she gave up a little bit, but her sister and her mother said no. So there are times where I communicated down there, and I didn't know that it was not Judy that I would. Sometimes I thought I was talking to her. I was talking to her sister, and her sister was thinking it was her. And then they would tell her, no, he's a good person. He's just give him a chance. So it came to a point where I told her, I said, listen, I want us both to meet in Ghana, in Accra, Ghana. Mm-hmm. I'll fly you there, and I'm going to send you some money. And I just sent her money just so that for her safety, so that she feel like, okay, if something happens, she can afford to get herself back home. But I bought a round trip ticket to Accra, Ghana. Mm-hmm. Then I sent her some money. I told her, don't spend it. Just leave it in your account, so that if an emergency comes, your family knows that you have a way to come back home. So she can take care of herself, at least to get back home. So I did that. She went to Delta. She went to her friend that works at the airline to verify that the ticket's real. And so she found out the ticket's real. I flew from San Diego all the way to Accra, and I got there a day before she got there. We stayed at the Labadi Beach Resort in Ghana.
In Ghana.
In Accra. So then she flew in the next day. I didn't have any flowers, and so they told me that the flowers were on the other side of the airport. Her plane had landed. I had to run as fast as I could to the other side of the airport, buy the flowers, and run as fast. So then I had to wipe all the sweat off before she came out of the airport.
Because this is the first time you're ever seeing her in person.
Yeah. So we did that, and she came out, and she was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And there's some dude walking by her, and I thought, what was going on with that? But it's probably a cab driver or something who wanted to take her somewhere. I thought, okay, that's good. So we get back in the car, and the hearts and romance emo signs that you all do there. I'll leave it at that, and then I explained myself. I told her what happened with the ex-girlfriend and the stroke, and I apologize. And listen, I'll admit that my communication sometimes was really, really bad. I would disappear and ghost out, and she wouldn't hear from me for months sometimes. And then that's what frustrated her. And I guess the ladies here are feel blessed and fortunate to get the right guy, but I gotta tell you, I feel equally as blessed and fortunate that she hung in there, because you know she's an excellent wife, she's an excellent mother, she's all that, and she's any man's dream, I think. So anyway, is that what I was supposed to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, question for you, and then I think too, if you don't mind, because I know, Judy, you have that unique story about your paperwork and how long it took, and I think that is something a lot of people don't understand. Yeah. But I think maybe to ask you, because you are on the other side, what is it about like Judy and her profile that was very different from all the other 399 or so? Like what caught your eye?
For me, it's more, there's a certain genuineness that comes with a woman that does not wear too much makeup, and her facial expression in her photos did not look forced or did not look like she was advertising too much. For guys, I don't know who taught the women who wear a lot of makeup and wear all the clothes, and she was wearing, I think she was wearing a t-shirt actually in one of the photos, and she just her face, and I love the way her earrings go, and the short hair. For me, that's beautiful to me, and it reminded me of something out of Black Panther, the warrior girl there, and Black Panther. But to me, she was just beautiful, but she wasn't wearing any makeup or anything else. So just looking at her profile, I'll tell you too that I'm significantly older than her. Okay, I'm
13 years apart.
13 years older than she is. So for guys here, then women in America are a lot of guys here don't like women in America anymore. They're too masculine. But she has a certain feminine. We're all looking for feminine women. We're all looking for women who want to be women. And for her, she has a feminine aspect to her. So that's what attracted me. And so when I called her and when we spoke, she didn't try to over talk or bully or anything else. In fact, when I'm speaking, she didn't talk. And then she spoke. And then when I was speaking, she didn't speak. I felt like a man, all right, and because this is in all of our DNA, and she was very feminine with me, and so I said, "This is the one. I'm going to do anything that I need to do," and I reciprocated that by treating her very well, treating her like the queen that she is, and as you can see, she's very happy. So
that's awesome. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Thank you. We didn't even get your name. Judy just said, "Come over here."
What's my name?
He's called Derek J. That's why I'm putting Judy J. I always use that. He's called Derek J.
So it's D&J.
But my people in the village will call Teriki J. Hallelujah. So they call him Terik.
Terik. Oh man, thank you so much, Derek. Thank you so much. I will call you, I think, for you to speak on the paperwork side. Yeah. I think that's really important.
Paperwork, definitely.
For people to hear hear that.
If you don't know anything about paperwork, I can tell you how to do it real fast by yourself.
All right, man. All right. Thanks, man. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. No, thank you for bringing him on camera to
so it's good to hear from the horse's mouth. So
yeah. And it's good for people to see that.
Yeah.
These things are real. Because people actually, you meet somebody that you love and it's for real, and and you're blessed, and that's awesome.
And something else on the dating site, I didn't ask him for money, so that is a time.
So because that's something that you talk about, like especially the Kenyan women, and
mention that. So women were asking for money.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Money.
Right. So overall, I would say probably when it was all said and done, it started with like 400 girls, and then it came all together. It was like 600 girls all together on my little site there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so a couple of them I started in and speaking to them, and we started dialogue with them. First, what I always insisted is that is there a way we can speak on Skype? Because at that time, Skype was the one. It wasn't WhatsApp yet. So
Okay.
it was Skype. And so we'd be on Skype. And but after maybe the first or second or third conversation, I'm going to tell you what always the scenario was. My mother is sick. And, okay. Either the mother's sick, it's in the hospital, needs some medicine, or, my birthday is coming up tomorrow. That's another one. The birthday. It's the mother. The birthday. What was the other thing? Oh, school. School. If you want me to continue to talk to you, I'm going to need money for my Vodafone or something. You need to send it to my phone. So those are it's consistent. All of them did the same thing, the same reason. They all did the same reason. All of them in different countries, Senegal, South Africa, Ghana, they all had the same reason. The mother, it's a sick mother. The mother's sick. I said, is there any healthy mothers in Africa anywhere?
And all those grandmothers who've died. It's my grandmother died.
Grandmothers died.
So listen. So I said, okay. So when I started talking with Judy, first of all, I'm gonna tell you something, and being real, after all that, I didn't even expect that she would even do that. I didn't suspect that she was even that kind of girl. I guess that's discernment. But it took, I don't know, 6 months, I guess, maybe, before I had to ask her. I said, one day, I came to her and said, and it was me, not her. I said, hey, is everything all right? Is everything okay with you in your life? Is something you need help with, anything? And she says, well, this and that and this and that. So I started to gladly and happily send her, a little bit of money here and there when I could. And so that's what really what it was there. The other thing is, I don't know if this comes up, but if it, before I get called back again, I'll just tell you, get ahead of it. The pictures, the sex stuff, the pictures and the videos and stuff like that. Never. I never started any of that, and it never really, never really got there. So that's another thing too. But the money part, I had to ask her to make sure everything was okay, because I thought it was unusual that a girl from Africa was not asking for money. And I'm wondering what she's doing to sustain, because I read up on Kenya, and Kenya's not doing too good. And so, wait a minute, are you single young lady, getting along? So, so no, there was she never did. I was surprised. And even right now, even today, even here, she's very, very frugal about money. Again, this is every man's dream to have a woman with this mindset and mentality. So if any girls or ladies are listening out there, if you want the formula for success with a guy, I need to listen to Judy here. So
maybe someone is saying that you hook them up with your friend. Someone is saying
Jay, hook me up with your friend. Oh, what friend is that?
Yeah, friends like you can give.
It's like, you have your friends. Yeah.
I have a brother. I have an older brother. He's a lot like me.
They should follow me. You link up my YouTube channel so that they can come to my YouTube. If I find someone who is good looking, I have a brother-in-law who is very single and he's very nice and good looking like his brother. So
wait, Judy, is your YouTube channel Judy J?
No, my YouTube channel is Queen and Cornell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait. Tell me, yes. Send me that, because I know too. Part of it is we'll talk. We'll make sure that these people.
I just said something there on there. It said Queen and Cornell. I don't know if you see it on your YouTube or something.
Oh, did you send a chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Queen and Cornell. All right. I'll pin that, and then they can follow you. Thank you, Derek. Yeah, man. That was I'm glad that you you called your husbands to give us that different perspective that we don't have. But it's
I figured it's good so that people see it's real. Our people Kenyans, they'll be like, oh,
yeah.
even
Oh, they don't doubt.
stories are
Yeah.
They'll think that I'm
Yeah.
lying, but it's good when you bring people so that they can speak. He's not a social media person, actually. He's not that at all. I force him to be. Even if you look at some of my videos, you'll see the way he's on the videos is like being forced.
Yeah. No, it's like my wife doesn't want anything to do with social media, and so I can't.
Yeah, that's why I never see any pictures of your wife. That's why, people are different. So
yeah, and it's like, and she's fine with me being on social media, and so I like,
he's
as
also
long
fine
as
with me. And sometimes he'll even ask me like, what's happening today, social media and all that. What did you, he's a supportive husband. He supports me on everything. Like when I tell you someone who supports you, he supports me 100% in everything I do. Normally in Kenya, I used to play netball, which I'm still playing netball. So when I came here, I was trying to find a team and all that. He was waking up every day on online checking a team that I can join and all that until we found one. So at least now I can still play netball here in the US. So yeah.
That's awesome. So wait, so you guys met in Accra, and then was it, how long did you guys stay?
We just stayed there for like a few days, like 6 days. Yeah. So I was engaged on my birthday. Actually, it was on my birthday. So he came ready with this ring. He was ready, but he said he came with it, but he didn't know if I'll accept it. But I accepted it, so I still have it. This is my engagement ring.
That's cool. That's cool. So wait, so the reason why you guys dated for so long is because of that situation with
the situation. You see, when he explained the situation about like he didn't have to come because he had to take care of someone sick, that made me even like fall in love even more, because I was like, this guy is he's the real.
To have someone with a heart like that to say, okay, I'm gonna put my whatever I'm going through on the side so that I can help somebody. That's very rare.
Because I was happy too, because if he decided to take care of the person at that moment and at that situation, then I was like, this is the kind of person I want to live with, because he will take care of me too. He won't leave me in when things get tough or something, So that one really made me like, I'm like, yeah, of course I'm gonna marry you. I'm not gonna let you go. So I accepted him. Yeah.
Someone asked you what was it? How did you know the size of your ring?
Oh, pardon?
How did he know the size of your ring?
Actually, it was big. We had to go and it was the big. It was big. We had to go and resize it.
So you just estimate, and
he had to go. He just had to come with the ring. He was like, I want to show you that I'm serious, because I wasn't going to leave you without a ring, and then maybe you think that I just came and then I'll go and then disappear again. So when we met, and then he had to go back to the US, and then I had to go back in Kenya, because he had to come here and attend to his parents' anniversary. It was their 50th year anniversary. And then I went back to Kenya, and then he said, I'll be coming back in Kenya on the 13th of February, which he did. He did come back to Kenya on the 13th.
How many months from the last time you saw him in Accra?
It was just a month, actually, because when we met, it was in January. We met in January 10th, and then he came to Kenya in
the
February.
US to attend the anniversary, and then came back to Kenya.
Yes. So he came to Kenya, and then that is how our journey started. From there, we did an introduction. We did, I'm a lawyer, so we always do all this introduction and then dowry and then all that. But he wanted to be part of the culture. He said, I want to be part of your culture and all that. So I was like, yeah, this is how we do it. So we did the introduction, but we didn't do the bigger things and all that. We just did I brought my family, and I told them that this is the guy, this is the man I'm getting married to. So everyone was actually surprised. Apart from my sister and my mother, who knew about him, nobody else knew about him. So people are like,
Ah,
you just met this person and you want to get married to him. How? Do you know him that well? I'm like, life is all
and they
about
don't
taking
know.
risk. I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, life is all about taking risk, and I'm taking this one. I'm a risk taker actually, so I'm like, I'm taking this risk. So we did that, everything. We went for the introduction, and then after a few we like 1 week, we went to the village to for the dowry. He bought a cow. The story that
Wait, how was the dowry thing? Uh,
if I get him here to talk about the dowry, he talks about it everywhere. Every time he goes to Target, he goes everywhere. He'll tell people the way he bought a cow in Kenya. He keeps on telling people
you
that story every day. Every day he'll say he bought a cow in Kenya. Every day. He never. I'm like, sometimes someone like, yeah, I went to Africa, I found my wife. He'll keep on telling people the story every day, every day. He never gets tired. And be so happy about how he bought a cow. He did have that experience, which was very nice. He
That's
was
nice.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was happy, and people here are surprised. They're like, how did they don't here they don't do dowry and all that. So
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is like something. This was something new to him, and but he wanted to be part of it. So I made it happen for him. I didn't, and he felt like he was very taken care of everywhere. He was given a chicken to eat, which he didn't finish. He did given some things to eat, which was so to him. It was like, in my tradition, when you go for dowry, the man comes, they will give you a whole chicken, and that is
To say what?
nobody. Yeah, nobody will eat that chicken with you. You have to eat, and if you don't finish, you'll carry it and go with it. Nobody else can eat it. Nobody else can
So
touch
this
it.
is your chicken.
Yes. So they'll bring a chicken and your own knife. You cut it is full chicken, cooked full chicken. It's not cut in pieces. So you cut your piece as you eat. But if you don't finish, you'll carry it and go with it. So he carried the chicken and went with it to the hotel. Yeah. Yeah. So it was a nice experience. He did have fun and all that. And after that, we came back to Nairobi, and then now we started. We just went to the AG to do our government marriage because we needed the certificate for the visa process. So we got married in March 1st in 2019. Everything was happening like here.
Wait, so January Accra, February Kenya, and then you did the dowry, and then March you guys were married.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you do the civil wedding, Ama? Did you go to the AG, Ama?
Yeah, we went to the AG. Yeah, we went to the AG and did them. Yeah, and then we just had a nice reception with the family and friends later on. That's it.
How's a wedding with the AG?
Now I hear you book online. Back then we just walked in and we had to schedule. So with the foreigner, if you're marrying a foreigner, the foreigner, he had to go to the embassy, and they had to sign and they had to stamp and sign an affidavit to make sure that he's not married in the US.
Oh, okay.
So whoever is getting married to someone that is, I don't know about other countries, but in whoever is coming from the state, they have to go through before actually at the AG they will ask for that. So there's no way they're gonna register you without that. They need to make sure that this guy is not married back home. So he had to go there and get that one signed. You'll pay like $50. I don't know if it has hiked up now, but that is the fee you have to pay when you go to he's just the only one who had to go there and get that signed. And then you bring that back, you take it to the AG. And then also they will look me up and see if I was married before and all that. And I also had to sign an affidavit with the lawyer and all that. And then they put in everything. If the person was married before, they need to show their divorce papers too, to make sure they're really divorced. So there's no way you just say you're divorced and then it will be like that. You have to show that you're really divorced. They're trying to be careful so that this person is not like being married twice here and there. So if people who are meeting guys, you have to, this is the process. This is how you go about. There's no shortcut or something. And someone who doesn't want to go through that, then those are red flags, because maybe he's hiding something. You know, if he can't go to the embassy to verify that he's not married here, then maybe he's hiding something. So you start asking the questions, because he might just get married to you and then he won't be able to bring you back, because he can't say that he's married, he's doing a marriage visa and he's already married in the US. So people have to be mindful about that, you know. So that's when we did, after the marriage, immediately we did, of course, you come out with your marriage certificate, yeah. And then that's when we started the preparation now. So he knows everything. My husband knows everything about a lot about immigration. So we didn't need a lawyer. Yeah, we didn't need a lawyer or something. He did everything by himself, like all the paperwork and all that. He did everything. He did the petition from Kenya. He didn't have to come back to the US to do it from the US. He did it from Kenya. Yeah.
So I think maybe that's where he'll tell us on.
So
your paperwork,
come back and say everything.
Yeah, your paperwork took, because usually you hear people do that and they're like, okay, it's gonna be 2-3 years, but yours was a little bit different.
Mine was fast. Yeah, mine was fast, and some people don't believe my story. They think that I'm lying, but
I know.
If I tell people that everything happened in the span of 2019 and I came to America in 2019, is that not fast for you? Because visas always take long.
That's like crazy fast.
Especially for marriage visa. Marriage visa takes 2 to 3 years. Yeah. Mine happened in the same year and I got it and I came here. It didn't even take a year, not just a few months. And I was here. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be. Yeah.
Now cool. Now it's that part that you come and talk about the visa process, baby.
Oh. Yeah. What was like? Yeah. What's the trick?
What am I doing?
The visa process.
The visa process.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the paperwork.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Give Shemeji a chair.
All right.
Derek, like. When Kenyans are talking, Shemeji means in-law. You're like everybody's in-law. As long as I'm Kenyan,
you're in-law.
Even if we don't know each other, it's like you're like you are our in-law.
Gotcha. Understood. Understood. Okay.
Yeah. So walk us through the paperwork, like how you went about it. And,
sure. Yeah. I'm gonna go by what I remember.
Okay.
So I want to also the caveat is the Kenyan government portion of it though. So let me explain that part too. So
okay,
when I went down to Kenya, I went down there with a visitor's visa with the intent, but there's no governments are kind of funny because if I got another kind of visa, it would have taken me a lot longer to get the visa if I was there for a different reason. So I just wanted the fastest one, which was the visitor visa. So what I did was I got the visitor visa and went down there. You're only supposed to stay there for 90 days. I got it extended a couple times while I was there because what I was trying to do is figure out how to make the petition through the U.S. Embassy down there. So what I did was I went to the embassy first to try to make the petition at the end of March, when we were there, and the U.S. Embassy did not accept my petition because I had to prove that I live there in Kenya. And I said, well, what does that mean? What does that actually mean? They said, well, what do you have? I mean, do you have a worker's permit? Do you have a alien ID? What do you have? Said, oh, okay. Well, let me go back and get those, or something that proves that I live there. I said, well, I have a lease agreement. We have a house, but I had to give something more tangible, like a government ID of some sort. So I would have had her back in America much sooner than I was there for 8 months. I would have had her back in 2 months, maybe, but it's Kenya. Kenya is what slowed it down. And what I had to do is I had to go get an alien ID, and that's the journey, because I had to deal with a lot of people who you know, I learned some things the hard way about Kenya. And the main word in Kenya is bribe. Bribe is the main word. You better
They
learn.
do that.
You better
Yeah.
learn that science.
Do this.
Bribe. Bribe. And I got bribed and scammed out of a lot of scam bribe. And I got scammed and bribed about 15,000 US.
Oh my God.
Shillings at least. In the
Like,
process of trying to get
for the alien ID?
yeah, just for that.
Holy
stuff.
smoke.
And because people said that they're going to do something and then disappeared, and then the schedule, nobody wakes up. It's so different in Kenya. People go by the position of the sun in the sky, but not by their watch. I go by the watch. But people, man, yeah, we'll do that by 2:00. See, as a businessman, I'm a businessman in America, and I'm gonna tell you that's very, very frustrating. I'm more precise, and so days would go by, and according to what I learned, business is only done between Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in Kenya, because everybody's hungover on Monday, and everybody's ready to get drunk on Friday. So we only got really Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to do anything, and you better do it before. You better get it done before 3:00, because people, even though they close at 5, they don't want to be threatened not to get off on time by you, so they're going to close at 3 instead of 5. So now you have between 9 and 3:00 on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays to get anything done.
Oh man.
So here's how it works. After I eventually got the alien ID, which took about a little bit more than 6 months to get that.
Mm-hmm.
When I got to the U.S. government side of it, it was so easy. And basically the way it works is, now that I had the alien ID, I was able to go to the U.S. embassy a lot of this guys, and I don't know who's watching or listening, but we have a saying in America, and as I'm president of my own company. I have a couple of companies that I own. Prior proper planning prevents poor performance. Okay, the 6 P's. Prior proper planning prevents poor performance, meaning that I did some reading before I left for Kenya, and I took my birth certificate with me. I brought I brought my affidavit showing that I was married before to another girl. So I brought the dissolution from the state with me. I brought things that I thought that they would need. And the other thing I thought about is, what can I access online in real time that would help me while I'm there, which is, like an online notary, for example, if I needed it. So I was equipped with some information, but I started the process with the U.S. Embassy. The way it works is, we went down to the U.S. Embassy. I brought the alien ID with me, and I submitted an
I-130.
I-130, an I-130 to start it out. The I-130 costs $580 to start, and so that was easy. So I took care of that, and I petitioned, and they accepted my petition. And I knew after they accepted my petition, I knew it's going to be easy from there. The U.S. government is very efficient in paperwork, very, very easy when you prepare your information right. So I always tell people, when you are preparing your information, you don't need to pay money to an attorney. Stop wasting money with lawyers. Lawyers are lawyers will make it worse for you. All you have to do is read a little bit and read what's on the form and provide what the form is asking for.
What to do.
Read it slowly. Make sure you understand it and comprehend. You just follow what the form says. That's what a lawyer is going to do. But the lawyer has 500 other clients. Who are you? And no matter whether you pay them or not, and you're paying thousands of dollars. So what we did is we took a lot of pictures. Showed a lot of correspondences between us, through WhatsApp and through, online stuff, emails. And I took that
Let
in.
me say one thing. One thing about when you're doing whether it's a fiance visa or the marriage visa, especially the marriage visa, one other thing, if the person you're dating is sending you money from the US, that is also evidence. Actually, it's also good because now the US embassy sees that, yeah, this guy is actually taking care of this person, and that is all they're asking, because when they're doing the process now, the visa, they want him to prove that he can take care of me when I'm here, because they don't want me to come here and become a burden to the government. So it's for him to prove to the government. I wasn't even there much. It's for him to prove. So if you have someone and he's sending you money, they're sending you money. Those are, when you go to the embassy, those are also evidence, part of evidence. Just put them there, because now the embassy will see that this guy is also doing a good job sending you money even when he's not there. So that is good. Don't even put that aside. Whether Western Union or Mpesa, you just print out the statements and everything, any form of anything that you think this person is doing, like in way to help you, just put it as evidence. It will really help you out. Yeah.
So I put that together. She's right. So I put all those things together, nice and neat and organized. And what I usually do is I go the extra mile. I'm a business owner, so I know how to dialogue. So I put a cover letter on top of what they're asking for, and I said, to U.S. government, herein enclosed is this, and this, right? And I put it in a nice envelope and I submitted it that way, nice and neat. Because what happens is when the government clerk gets it, they're going to, if you make the government clerk work, it's going to take longer. If you make the government clerks work easy, then it's going to go fast. They're going to look at it, immediately stamp it. So a few days after after I-130 was submitted, I get an email from them saying that they needed some more information, or they wanted to see me. I need to go down to the embassy and I need to sign something there. And I believe that was an affidavit. And I believe they had their own notary there. And I had to say that I wasn't married. So we went down there again, and I followed that up. And then we came back. And then I came back. And then next thing you know, there was they needed her medical records. So they set an appointment for her to go get examined, all of her blood tests and whatnot. So this is the part that took the longest, which wasn't long. It was only 2 weeks. So she went and got her medical. She got her blood done, her blood work done. And then a couple weeks later, get another email from them. And again, I'm trying to remember everything as I'm going. We get another email from them saying that we're going to have an appointment or an interview. Or an interview
after the medical is
done. Yeah. So as soon as I knew the interview was going to have, this was around September of 19, and we started in August. Okay, we started in the last part of July. Last part of July. So as soon as that was done, I went ahead and took a vacation from Kenya because it was going to be in the middle of September. So it was like September 16th.
September 16th, yeah. You
so,
came back, yeah.
So what I did is now it's time for me to take a vacation from Kenya because my mind was still spinning about the culture.
Yeah.
So I had to come back to America real quick and watch some football and go to Vegas with my buddy and stuff and get and then I flew back to Kenya again. And so we had the interview. The interview was, if you want to call it that, I don't know if that was really an interview. What happens is I went in there and she's wearing a beautiful dress and looking all beautiful, and so we went into the interview thing, and the girl, the white lady there saw that I was just head over heels in love with her. So she asked one question. And I forgot what it was.
How did you meet? That was the question.
Oh yeah.
How did you meet? How did you guys? Actually, she was asking me, how did you guys meet? I'm like, we met on a dating site. Oh, really?
But she looked at me.
And then
she was looking at me. She said she looked at me, and I looked at her. In America, there's a an unwritten way talking when you look at it could be any color. So when I looked at her and she looked at me, we kind of did this. She did this.
You got a good.
I knew at that point I knew it was going to be. So she said, "Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this." I said, "Well, I'm hoping that you will have."
Wait, was that a white visa officer or was it a
white lady?
What? Okay.
Middle-aged white lady.
Okay.
Little younger than middle-aged, but so after that, I said, "Well, I did buy tickets for us to leave." This is what I told her in the interview. I did buy tickets for us to leave. What did you buy the tickets for? I said, well, I bought the tickets for October the 7th for us to leave. And I think I even brought the. I don't know if I brought it with me or not.
No, they were just on your phone. But
it was on the phone.
But we didn't have the phone, so
I bought the Delta tickets for us to leave Kenya. I was in a hurry to get out of Kenya, and so.
Wait, what date was this? That
October
you were having the
7th.
So when we were doing the interview, we did the interview. No, it was the interview. The interview was in September.
No, actually,
October. The interview was in October.
October 1, right?
Yes. Yeah. The interview was in October. Yeah.
October 1.
Yeah.
And you bought the tickets like 5 days or so later.
Yeah.
But 7 days after, some days after that, I said, "Listen, yeah, because I did." Oh no, it was September 30th, I think, because it was 7 days after.
And
I told her that I bought the tickets. She said, "Well, this," and then she looked at me again. She said, "That's pretty ambitious. That's pretty presumptuous that we're going to have the visa ready in time." I said, "Yeah, but I know how efficient the U.S. government is." She said, "Oh," and we both looked at each other again like this. So on October 7th, she was on time because it was my way of in code telling her, "Please get this visa to me so I can get the hell out of here fast." And so she said, by her look, not by her voice, by her look, she said, "I'll get it done for you. Don't worry, I got you." So the visa came in the morning on a what day of the week?
On the 8th of October.
Now I had booked the flight for the 9th, okay, but I was ready to go. So I called Delta right there in the shopping mall place that we picked up the visa at.
In Yaya Center.
Yeah. In Yaya Center. Huh? Who?
Yaya.
Yaya. Yaya Mall.
Yeah, it was Yaya.
Oh, that was the one.
It's a mall. Yeah.
The one that we. Oh. Mm-hmm. So we. So I called Delta, and to check if there was anything leaving Kenya, and apparently there's only one flight that leaves Kenya a day, and we managed to get on that flight. Leaving Kenya
the same day.
Same day.
Got the visa. We didn't wait.
So
it just I'm out of here.
Yeah. Time to go. Yeah. Call everybody.
We ambushed everyone. My family. I'm like, we're leaving tonight. People are like, what? Yeah, like, yeah, we are leaving.
Time to go.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
So we took care of the house cleaning stuff. Your sister got.
We didn't even do anything. I left everything for my sister. She's the one who took. We left. We just took our bags and left. we left everything there. Whatever she was gonna do with it, I don't know. But we just left.
We had like an MTV Cribs kind of setup at the in Kenya.
In Kenya.
TV, nice setup at the house, nice furniture and everything else. But it was just time to go, and we couldn't board that on the plane. So, and then we came back here. It went over real smooth. And I always told my wife that when you forethink, when you think ahead and you can think and use your mind, she'll tell you that we've never had any issues traveling. Everything went over very smoothly. It went over. We got to we went through Amsterdam, then we landed in Salt Lake City, Utah, and it just went over very smooth. They gave her a package that she was supposed to hand to the customs officer coming in.
Yeah, for the marriage, I think, I don't know, people who come with spousal visa, I don't know if they also come with that. They give you this package. They tell you to guard it with your life. Make sure nothing gets to it, because I left it at the customs, and whatever that was there, I think it was all the documentation they did to get for my green card. Because after a month, my green card was out. The moment I got here, the next month, my green card was out, just like that. Yeah.
So she handed it to him, and we both got through, and Boy, as soon as we got past that, I said we didn't have to take the next flight to San Diego. We could have just got a rental car and drove the rest of the way. But the point is that she's now in the US, and now she's on her first domestic flight from Salt Lake City to San Diego. And so I let her get the window seat so that she can see how beautiful San Diego is when you land into it. San Diego's the most beautiful city in the United States.
I love San Diego. Yeah, it's one of the most beautiful places in Cali.
Yeah. So anyway, as far as the paperwork is concerned, if you guys are looking for advice or anything, I would just make sure that you go through it slowly, because you can do it. Save your money. And a lot of people lose a lot of money with lawyers. Yeah. You don't need a lawyer. I've never done an immigration process where I needed an attorney every. I did always my immigration process on my own. And it's not because I'm an entrepreneur. It's not because I'm smarter than anybody else. Every human is equipped with common sense. Okay. If you can just read and just go through it, anticipate what they want, plan, and execute. That's really what it's about. We got out of Kenya, and I think I might have been the only person from America that year that went to Kenya and lived there and went through the embassy and brought the woman back. I don't know, because we did not wait. There was no wait.
There was no.
That's a first.
There was no. You remember when we presented the papers the first time? She was like, "How did you know that you can actually do the petition from here? Because we barely get such cases. They don't have people who do the petition from Kenya. Like, people don't know that. Yeah.
So most people actually petition. Yeah, most people petition from here.
Yeah. That's why it takes longer, because there's a long queue. Everyone is doing it from here. But you see now the requirement to do it from Kenya, you have to live there and get the alien ID. And for you to get the alien ID, you have to have stayed in Kenya for 6 months. That's the requirement. So I think that's where it comes, and people are like, no, they have to come back and work and all that. But if you're a freelancer, you can work from anywhere, then that is the best way you can go about it, and it will be out so fast. Yeah,
because you got yours. Well, how many months is it? I know it's less than 6 months. Is it?
So before it was longer, a little bit longer for the months because of the alien ID. But if we knew about the alien ID earlier, the moment we got the alien ID, we went to the embassy. Everything was just so fast. That is what they really needed to prove that he lives in Kenya. That was the proof. The proof of the alien ID. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it went real fast. But part of the reason why it went fast is because of how the paper. Even when you're petitioning from a distance, I've done that before. One of the reasons why I decided to go, now not everybody can do this, because not everybody has the kind of job that I have, so I wouldn't presume that everybody can.
Yeah.
But for me, motivation has a lot to do with all of this. So if it's something that you really want, and she is the most important thing to me, so I needed to take a section of my life to make sure that she was with me. And I need to make sure I prepared. And I already looked at the government forms I would have to do before I even left to Kenya, so that I would be familiar with it. There are things that I took as ways of accommodating anything that I might need while I was there, like my laptop, computer, and everything else. And I hear my baby waking up, so I'm going to have to go soon. But that's just read. As far as the paperwork is concerned, the whole ordeal is going to cost probably about, anybody out of their pockets, probably about $2,000 US dollars to get it done. There's a couple of forms. If you're going to do the way I did it, which most people will not, just make sure that you communicate and you have the communication steady with the U.S. Embassy, if you're going to do it that way. Otherwise, if you're doing it from America, and I'll leave you with this, but if you're going to do it from the USA, always fill out your paperwork very nicely and legible. Always send mail to the government by U.S. Express Mail, U.S. Express Mail, in a big 9 by 13 envelope. Never send it in a little envelope. Make sure there's no wrinkles in the paperwork. Make sure you paperclip sections. If you do that, you're going to find out it's going to go a lot a lot quicker for you because the clerk doesn't have to work as hard there. So
cool. Well, man, thank you so much, Derek. Appreciate all the wisdom, man. Thank you for taking care of our girl. All right, man.
Oh, definitely. This is my queen right here. I'm gonna go to our little princess right now, though.
All right, man. All right, blessed up.
Talk to you guys.
Thank you, man. All right, thank you, bro. Thank you. Well, that's nice, by the way. That you brought up that's a very good point, because I've actually one of the contents that's on the queue for me to do is looking at each field office, like, because like the US there's a California, there's so many field offices where you send in your paperwork, like you're getting married.
Okay.
The processing times are very different. But people don't know. People just send it.
People just send it. That's why I tell people, do research before you before you know what you're getting yourself into, because the process can be longer or faster depending on how you're handling it.
Depending on
because I know I'm sure some people just would take papers and just put on papers and all that, and the way he said, the clerks don't like to be a pile of papers like this. They don't know where to start from. You're giving them a hard time, so maybe they're like, let me put that aside and try to find the one that is actually can read, so they can either work on yours faster depending on how you present it, and then you'll be surprised how fast it went. So I don't think it's even a queue or something. I think they're also tired of looking at so many papers, the way people are bringing them up. Organization is very important.
Where? So you landed in California?
I landed in California, San Diego.
I always tell people, California is probably the second state I've visited the most after Texas. And I love. I would never live in California, but I love California. Just it's one of those places. I think if you've been in the US and you've never been to Cali, you need to go to Cali, because Cali is like so American. It's
there's always a lot of tourists. Tourists come here more from other states, even people from other countries. They visit here. They always come here. Like they come to Seaport. There's this Seaport Village. There's SeaWorld. SeaWorld is where the dolphins are. The biggest aquarium too. It's here. It's very nice, beautiful. Yeah. So
and some nice beaches too.
Yeah,
San Diego. San Diego is beautiful. San Diego, beautiful. How was so you land in the US? Just tell us about culture shock. Because this is the first time you were outside the country. Was Accra the first time you were out?
No, before that I was in Zanzibar. Accra was like the second one. So but being like international away, this is my first time I've been like away from home from the longest. Since I came here, I've never gone back home. I've been here for the 4 years, so I've never been gone back home yet. I'm still
what was the biggest shock for you?
The biggest shock, which I'm still having now, is the food. I'm still having problem with food.
You like cheese? You like cheese?
No, I don't.
You don't eat? Do you eat cheese?
I don't like butter, because everything here is butter and cheese.
Cheese, butter. Yeah. There's a lot of, they use cheese, butter. There's a lot of cream that they use here.
They cook eggs with butter. For me, I don't like eggs with butter. Everything is just butter, cheese. If you don't put cheese, they will put cheese everywhere.
Yeah.
Even
on your husband loves cheese, or
no? He doesn't do dairy. He doesn't do dairy. He's allergic. Yeah. Lactose. Yeah. He doesn't do milk. He doesn't do eggs. So.
Wait. So no cheese for you. That's like, it's probably good for you, because some of us, we have big belly, because when I go to the US, I just eat anything. I'm like,
and you see the way people get here. So people who come here because of the fast food restaurant, they're everywhere. Like every corner you take, fast food restaurant. Everywhere, fast food. Like you're just tempted. You're like, oh, let me just drive through here and then get something to eat, because you can just eat it in your cars. You got all that. That's how people get. Cheese. No, I'm not. I'm still having a hard. That is the everything else is working out for me, apart from you know, where we come from, there are no rules. We just do things the way we want. But here you have to follow rules. You have to obey these. People are polite, you know, people greet you, people are polite. They'll say sorry when they bump into you, something like
Yeah.
that. Those things, I'm not. When I came here the first time, I was I was guarding my phone when I'm walking, and then my husband was like, "You don't
Oh,
have to do that. Nobody will even steal your phone." I'm like, "It's a habit. I can't." I'm like, "It's just a
but
habit. I'm being careful with my phone."
you grew up in Dandora and Jericho, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah, and
you walk with, even if you protect your phone that is already in your pocket.
pocket, yes.
Yeah,
In the ghetto, you can't walk with your phone on the back of your pocket. No, you can't do that. Even holding like this. Here, you can even stay in the car like this and hang your
yeah,
phone on the side like this, and nobody will even take it. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
because if they
yeah,
take it, they'll just be arrested for nothing. So those kind of things I was not used to, but now at least I can walk freely without even thinking that someone can rob my phone. Just grab it and run. That
yeah.
feeling, you know, that feeling is just so good. And that is one thing. When I go back home, I'll be like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, because I'm already used to now walking without being fear like someone is gonna grab my phone and run. So
Yeah.
those are the one of
Yeah.
the things. I'm
I think one of the hardest things about like growing up in Kenya and then like you move to like the US. Systems here they work like they do like they work the way they're supposed to work.
yeah,
But then like growing up in Kenya, nothing like there's so many things that are broken.
very,
So many things that you need to bribe your way to. That's like that's the hardest thing is getting to a place where the systems are actually
but
doing
now,
what they're supposed to
now that
do.
I'm here and I've seen the way things work here, I feel like we need to change a lot of things in our country, which I know it's very hard, but
Yeah,
we are way, way, way behind. We are way behind. Even if we start doing it now, I don't know when we're gonna be on that path that to keep our city clean. You know, they say you keep it clean, but people don't do it here. You litter around, you'll get a fine. You'll be fined, and
yeah.
you'll have to go to court just by throwing something off your window when you're
If
driving.
you throw something off the window of your car, yeah, and
And you think
you can
someone
get
is not seeing you. The cameras are all over. They'll see you. You'll just see you'll get a letter being summoned to the court. You're like, what? Oh yeah, you littered.
it's funny how sometimes like somebody can be in the car and they just throw. You know how in Kenya you just
Yeah,
throw.
just do that. Yeah. I'm like,
Here you can throw it out and somebody comes, takes it,
and
and brings it
bring
back
it
to
to
your car.
you. Yeah, they're
Tells
like,
you,
you're like, yeah,
stop
here, let me do
littering.
that. Yeah, you don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
But you see, those are the things that they're the smallest things, but you know, people have already, it's like in people's mind, this is what they do. You know how to, put the recycle here, the other one here. It's normal for people. So can you imagine when we want to introduce something like that in our country?
it's
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 gonna
gonna
take
take.
years
Yeah,
years before people will know that they're supposed to throw their bottles here and the other trash. It will take forever. So people are
yeah,
just
yeah.
used to throwing things everywhere.
No, I always smile when people say, like, people come from maybe like a country like Kenya, and then they come live here,
Yeah.
and everything is working so
Okay.
good here,
Yeah.
and then you see those people are like, oh man, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna make all these changes. I'm always smiling because I'm like,
Yeah, because the changes start. Yeah, it has to be like everyone. You can do it, but if other people are not doing it, then it's not gonna work. It needs to be
yeah,
like everyone needs to do it so that it works. But it's just so
yeah,
hard. I don't think it's gonna work out. I don't know. It's can't work about. But it's so impressive when you live in this country. There's just
yeah,
a lot of things. People, the way they're doing things, they're following protocols. They're doing things like, if they say they will do something, they will actually do it. It's not like they're not trying to say like they're doing it with the word. They say it and they just do it. You'll wake up tomorrow, they say they do it. Maybe since I came here, the lights don't go off like you're sitting and then boom, the lights are off. like, oh, we lost power. No, they actually send us a message like, tomorrow we're gonna have an outage.
They give you a heads up so that you can
polite.
prepare.
You know, there's this day they didn't tell us, and then I think they just do you know, they apologize. They send messages to apologize that they didn't tell us that they be an outage of. I'm like, I told my husband, like, someone is just sitting apologizing to you guys that there's no outage. That is so polite.
And you remember Kenya Power. Kenya Power, they don't even care what they will not, yeah?
They don't even
It's like
care.
a privilege when they turn the power on and you're paying for it.
Yeah, it's every time things happen here, I'm trying to compare with my country. I'm like, no, we are out. We are way. We're like, it's like we're not even living. We're just there. The only good thing we have in our country, the best thing I think at this point I can say that we have, is the way we are growing our own food, natural food. That is only the best thing that we are having. And if we could work on that and make it work, then we'll be one of the we have the best food, natural food, you know, no GMOs and all that. You know, if we get that and we'll make it work, but everything else is
and I think too, you know, you grow up in our countries are different, and you just have to take them the way they are. You know, we love our country, and that's,
then
you know,
we love our country.
When you go home, you just take off your American mindset and put it on your bag, and then move on like it's Kenya. They tell you whenever you land in Africa, take your watch.
At this point, even if I go back home, I don't think I want to stay in the city. I just want to go to the village. That's what I want. Yeah. That's
what a lot of people actually do that.
Because I want to go and eat real food. I don't want to eat some food. I want to eat real food, like imetolewa. It's been from the farm. It's cooked. Yeah. The chicken is just there. They get it and they cook it. That is the feeling I want. I miss that. That is what I want.
That's the most expensive food here. You know, it's vice versa. In Kenya, we're like pizzas and burgers.
Yeah, the pizzas is the most expensive food. Yeah, but the natural food is cheaper to get, right? But here is the opposite. The best food, the most basic organic food here is the most, which is expensive.
It's very expensive.
And the fast food here, the other one, And my husband eats he's more of a like vegetarian, so he eats this vegetarian food stuff which he buys in a certain place, because I don't even know how to prepare that. But the food is so good but very expensive. But you see, it's the best food. It's very best food. He never gets sick. He's always eating the best food. He never gets sick. Like since I met him, I saw him sick when he came to Kenya. He was bitten by a mosquito the first day. He was sick. The mosquito did him good. That is the first time I was even thinking. He was like, I was so scared. But that is the first time I ever, he said he never been sick since 1992. That was the time he was sick. Until now, he's never been sick again, because he's always eating the best food. And it's expensive to eat best food in this country. The best, like natural. It's very expensive. You have to
sukuma wikis, the sukuma wikis, the cheap of, that's the most expensive. Food. I wanted to open up, if you have any questions for Judy, you know, please go ahead and ask. But also, I'm gonna ask Judy to, you know, tell us if people want to come ask you questions, you know, where can they find you? As they do that, if you have any question, please put it in the comment section. And
they can find me on TikTok or Facebook. I have a page on Facebook. The one I'm using on my Facebook page is also Family of Queen and Cornell, the same one with my YouTube. So there's also an email on my YouTube. If someone wants to reach me out, they can email me out on there on my YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. So that, and then, or maybe just find me on my TikTok. TikTok is it's Judy James on my TikTok. Yeah, Judy James. And then my Facebook, the same one as my YouTube. That's it. That's how you can get me. Any questions? I'll be glad to answer any questions anybody will have, or anything. Yeah.
No, Judy, thank you so much for always willing. I see you answering questions on my TikTok.
Yeah, I do
So
that. I feel like I know it's a lot. Sometimes you don't see all of them.
I'm not able to do that. It's like
Yeah,
this
so
unless
the
I
ones
quit
that
my
I'm
job.
able. Yeah, and
Yeah,
actually, some people always, some of them approach me on TikTok too. So the things that I don't know and all that, I always send them to you. Actually,
yeah.
I always tell them, follow this guy. He has a lot. He knows a lot because I don't know everything. I won't say that I know everything. I'm
You don't.
also learning some things. So for me, I'm good with the spousal visa because that is how I have
That's how
experience with
you.
that.
That's
But
how you can.
other things I
Yeah,
also just go online and read them
yeah.
and that. So I always tell them go and watch to come and watch your videos because at least you have done some more videos about this all the visas. So I always
Yeah.
send them to you. So I hope they come to you and get help whatever they
Awesome.
need. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. But it's. I mean, what your husband said is very true. Sometimes people just they like paying lawyers, and sometimes I've seen like in the US, so many people have gotten into trouble
Yeah.
with lawyers going to lawyers who because not every lawyer that attended school
Is a
actually is a good one.
yeah.
There's quacks among lawyers. So I've seen people who've gotten in trouble because the lawyer who they used to file papers for them didn't know, you know, didn't know what they were doing. So they
Yeah.
got them in more trouble. Like there's
Mm.
this lady that hired a lawyer. She came in with a J1 and
Uh-huh.
then she got married. The lawyer didn't know that he was supposed to apply for a waiver.
Oh
So
no.
he went ahead and applied for the spousal visa
Before changing the status.
before taking the waiver. You know, you have to get a waiver
Remove that. Yeah. Yeah.
to let you to change your J1.
Yeah.
So now they told her, okay, we've approved your marriage, but
You have
you
to
don't
do.
have any waiver, so there's nothing we can do about it.
So she had
They
to
put
go
her,
back.
they put her on deportation order.
Whoa. Oh my
Mhm.
goodness.
Yeah. So not every lawyer knows what they're doing. That's the
So
thing.
now she's married to an American, but now she can't live here.
She can't do anything.
Wow.
Yeah. So now she has to find another lawyer, pay more money,
To
for
get
lawyer who will help her out.
to appeal the case of the deportation so that she
Yeah.
can come back.
Yeah.
And that is
Which
more
is-
money too.
Yeah. And that's crazy. That's crazy.
Wow.
Like you're married and your thing has been approved. You've been told
Wow.
you're good, but they cannot do anything with it. They
That's
can't do
crazy.
anything.
That's I don't want to imagine what she's going through, but
Yeah.
that's a
It's
lot.
stressful. It's stress. That's
That
why
is
it's good. I always tell people, man, try and learn the processes because then you maybe sometimes you can challenge if you're using a lawyer, but you also do not have some information, you can challenge them. You can challenge them. You can do
wow.
challenge them. All right.
Yeah,
Uh
people need to do more research before just do research. This everything apparently everything is just online, and the US government always they update their thing all the time, so you can read whatever that is there. Yeah.
yeah. And every form has instructions, by the way.
Yeah,
Every form
yeah,
has
they give they make things that you just have to read, but I don't know, people are just lazy to read or what, or they just don't want to go through all that. But you know, when you want something and the way it's so hard to come here, you need to
yeah.
work hard to get it. That's why they're not making it easier for people. They want you to be able to read through things and you know what you're getting yourself to.
Yeah. Yeah. Brenda Esther anasema mimi ile character development nimeface kwa dating apps, wacha tu. But at least I'm glad and thank God I found a good man from US and we're planning for the rest of our lives together.
That's
Oh,
nice.
that's
Congratulations.
nice. That's nice. Yeah. Wait, so maybe Judy talk about this because I'm sure it's the kissing the frogs before you get your Prince Charming. Like, because that's a thing. Like, not everybody will just go and then first day you get your mpo and permanent for life.
I know. I had a lot too. I I dated
Yeah, like
some I
yeah,
dated some Zungus there from Germany, from UK, and some of them actually they were in Kenya. We met. Yeah, we had some dinners and all that before even my husband came. Because for me, I was like, until I see him, until like the serious person will have to come. But the ones I was meeting, they were not looking for something serious to settle down. You know, they were just some of them will be open with you. They'll be like, I just want someone to hang around with when I come to Kenya and all that. They'll be open, which is good, because at least you're not putting your mind there to waste time thinking that this is the person who's gonna be with you. But no, they won't. And then maybe you lose another chance out there because you think you already found someone. So you see, if I had wasted time with those who thinking that I found someone before because they were there, I would have lost the chance with my husband. But I kept him in as I was, because I was like, until I see you. I even used to tell him, I'm like, until I see you in person. And the thing is that he never told me like, you have to leave the dating site, you have to stop being on the dating site. No, he never told me that, because I think he also knew like he didn't have the right to tell me that, because he's not even yet there. I've not seen him, and I didn't know if he was serious. So I was just there. I used to continue being there and meeting people, but all of them I was meeting, some of them, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'll be coming. Yeah, I want us to do something serious. But no, they never turned up. They will just stop talking to you. It's a challenge being on the dating site. It's not easy, actually. People go through a lot. But back then, at least, I think it was a little bit easier. But now it's so hard. There's a lot of scams there. There are people who are on business, doing business there. You think you're meeting someone. Even the women, some men are also scam. Not as much as I say that women are not doing. Even men, some men are also scam. Not all of them are the way you think they are. You have to know when you start talking to someone, you as a person, when you meet this person, and then you feel like, oh, this is the person I think I want to be. You'll just know. You'll know. I can't say that to you, but I can't tell you that this is the right person. But you'll also know, because you are the only one who knows what you're looking for. You know, you'll see the person's character. He's you know, whatever that you're looking for. Like, this is the kind of man I want to be with. You will know when you're talking to the person. But don't just go and talk to the person because he's from America and you're like, oh, if I talk to this person, maybe I'll come to America. And maybe the person is a serial killer or someone you don't know. And maybe they're showing signs, but you're avoiding those signs because you just want to come. And then when you get here, you start suffering. Yeah, things change. Because there are stories on TikTok. I've seen women who met, actually, a lot. They met men. And then the moment they come here, things change. They're like, this is not the man I met. He actually changed. You know? But just look out.
But there were red flags, but because of love,
they avoided them.
Because of love, you're just
you can't be so much in love. You're like, no, this is not that. This is not. It's not. He can't be like that because you're in love. You know, when someone is in love, there's some things you can't.
You can't tell them anything. You can't
tell them. A woman who is in love, you can't tell that woman anything, even if you tell them like, I saw your husband with someone, they'd be like, no, you just lying so that
you're just jealous.
Yeah, they're just jealous. So it's better if you're be truthful with yourself first, because do you want to come and suffer? Because this is a big country and the states are different. Because if you come here and you don't know anyone and you don't have money, you can't go anywhere, you'll suffer in this country. You will suffer. And especially if you don't have you don't already have the papers for you to go and work. Because if you have the right papers, documents, you can work. But if you don't have the documents yet, how are you supposed to work? You'll have to go back home, you know. Like the people who come with fiance visa, you know. There's another lady to say this story. She told me like they came with the fiance visa, but when she got here, before they even got married, the guy left her. Before they got married, she had to come back to Kenya because they're not married. So she doesn't have papers to stay in the US.
And it's a temporary visa. You only have 3 months.
3 months before you change your status. Yeah. So that's why I always tell people, go for the marriage visa. I know it's long and tiresome, but you see, it's at least
when you land, that's the good thing about the marriage visa is when you're coming to the US, you're already coming as a permanent resident.
Yeah. Yes.
You have your green card.
And the government knows that you're married to a US citizen. So already they know why you're there. Yeah. So nothing.
This person has filed all that paperwork, paid all that money, showed he can support you to bring you here.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
fiance
fiance.
visa can be short, can be a quicker one. I don't know. People say it's quicker, but I don't know how it's quick, because you
It
come
is,
here,
yeah.
but that the point you start applying for this green card is the same. If you you do the calculation and put all the time, it's the same
Yeah.
time that you'd have just done the spousal visa and got it
Yeah.
ready. There's no
The
difference.
only thing for somebody who filing for the fiance is if you want to come to the US, like as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Yes, you will not be working. Some people are like, oh, I just want to be living with my heart, with my fiance until we get. But you'll come here. Yes, you'll come here quickly into the US if that's your goal.
Yeah.
Is I want to be with my person
Yeah.
as soon as possible. I don't care how much. I don't care how risky, but it's very risky. Your
Yeah.
denial rate. See,
Yeah.
the denial rate for the fiance visa is very high compared to the marriage visa. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
but it's also very expensive. But yeah, again too, you'll come here, and the same person who did the marriage visa will come start working immediately. You come here,
You can't
we have to
drive.
make sure
You can't
get
work.
married.
You can't do
Yeah,
nothing.
you have to get married. After you get married, then you submit your papers. Then there's a good thing though, that in between you wait for your green card, you can file for the work permit. But
Yeah.
it's a more risky way. But it's for people who, I don't want to wait 3 years to see someone. I wanna see them as I wanna soon as possible.
But
So
for
that's,
me,
yeah.
I even feel like, even as you wait for that, for if you do the marriage visa and you wait for those 2 or 3 years, and maybe you met that guy, or like, I think in that time duration, you're still knowing that person.
Knowing that
You have
person.
the time to, as you talk more, you're knowing this person before you get here. And also,
Yeah.
you're doing research on the place you're going to, so that when you're talking to this person, you'll be asking him because you're like, oh, how do you do things there, and all that. You're getting that in, so you're preparing yourself to where you're going. Don't just go, and you just left Kenya, you just jump. You don't know the state where you're coming in. You don't know what happens in that, because states are different. Things are different from every state. So you have to do research to the state you're going to. You know what you're getting yourself to. Ndio hata kikiumana, yeah, hata vitu zikiumana, at least you have some knowledge a little bit, that maybe this person knew that you didn't know. You just be prepared on your own. It's good to be prepared.
Yeah. I think especially if you don't know about your relationship, the fiance is very risky. The fiance is, maybe you met somebody, maybe it's somebody that you grew up with in Kenya.
Yeah.
You've dated, you guys, like, you've known this person. You've been long time girlfriends.
Yeah.
And then that way, like, the relationship is stable. But if your relationship is not stable, fiance is not the way you want to go. Because if that person you get here and that person murifes,
and you're there alone.
Yeah, unless you jump into a dating site within 90 days.
Quickly, and get someone and get married and change your status.
But then it's red flags, because okay, so you filed for a fiance visa with somebody else, but then you're filing for adjustment of status with someone else.
That is kind of, they will look at the situation, they will see like, you're kind of having some, it might be so hard for them to give you that visa, because they'll start studying you. They think that you have some other agendas. So
yeah. I had a question for men, because we always talk about women. Talk to the Kenyan men who are watching us, because the Kenyan men, they think this. Sometimes it's like this when you talk about dating sites. It's the women who are like the focus. But there are Kenyan men out there.
Yeah, men can also join the dating site. It's not, the dating site is not only for women the way people put it, because there are also men who are meeting women who can also get married and come here, or maybe other countries. It's not only for women. So you guys can also get into the dating site and get what what you want, what kind of a woman you want. Just say it there. They always say write your bio or profile, write exactly what you want, so that you'll attract those kind of people whom you want. Your bio tells more about you, so when someone is reading your bio, your profile, then they will know that this is the person I want. So, and that is how you're also approaching when you're looking for someone, because it's like applying for a job. They're looking at your CV. So you're also putting your CV out there in your profile picture is your CV. You're putting yourself this is the kind of person I want. That is all you do. So for men are natural. Just put a natural picture the way you are. I can't talk about filters, but nowadays there are filters. There are also men using filters. Don't use filters, men. There are filters. People are using filters everywhere.
Yeah.
Men
makeup. They say mwanaume usijipake mafuta.
Mwanaume ni kuparara.
Mwanaume ni kuparara. Si ati makeup. Filter.
Yeah, don't just be natural.
Natural.
Yeah. People.
Muli asked what is moroto.
Where does it come from? That's like, how do we start explaining what is a moroto? Moroto is that house that is built with iron sheets, that when it's raining, like you'll hear what your neighbors are saying, you will hear everything. That house, it has no secret.
It has no secret. The whole estate will hear what happened.
So you can't shout, you can't do anything, because people will be hearing.
Me, what I love about morotos is the when you get people clapping, like when it rains, and it feels like people are clapping
for you.
Yeah. Good job.
I see someone asked here if I can host someone if they get a DV lottery.
Yeah. Well,
at this point, I know I can't host anyone. I can't host anyone at this point yet. So, nope. And,
yeah.
Kwanza ni beshte yangu. Mbona tuache kuwachanua? Hawataki waingie pia wajibambe huko, na tuache wache kukaa hapo
jamaa waingie.
Pia waangukie
wakiingia dating site wa date, wakuja hapo wapate
walami huko wanapenda hii rangi yetu. Wanaweza angukia watu mbaya. Mwanaume mwingie huko, you try this, mtashangaa.
Alafu unajua by the way, wanaume kuna wale madem, hata si lazima kuwe mzungu, madem hata wa kwetu. Unajua hapa one of the biggest shida hapa hivi, there are so many single women in the US.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like you ask me how many single. I know way more single people than I know married people. Na si ati wengi they're good, they're independent women. So see ati they don't have money.
They're well off. Yeah. They're well off.
They have the money, they have everything. The only thing they don't have is that
companionship.
Special.
Yeah.
And there's somebody there in Katwekera anapigwa na baridi. Na badala msaidiane, come together.
Hiyo mkishivanye mnashindanga time yote mnashinda kwa Facebook and TikTok. Just create a profile on dating site. Ingia hapo. You'll be surprised that people really want someone like you. Wacha kujiweka that pengine unajiona huko na sura personal, mtu hawezi kutaka. You never know. Kuna mtu anataka hiyo sura yako hiyo. Hiyo sura yako hiyo ndio mtu anataka. Usijione tu hapo ati you're nothing. You never know.
No, very true by the way. Alafu pia unaona mwanaume kwani usikatae kuwekwa. Unajua wengine kama mtu
sio vibaya kuwekwa, unajua. Alafu hata ukikuja hapo kiwekwa, it takes a little bit of time before uzoe maisha. Pia utaingia kwa system and then you start doing what other people are doing. So usijiweke ni kama pia wewe ni kuwekwa sio vibaya, by the way, it's another way kuwekwa na kama usaidiani ya mtoko, but kuna venye mna support, you support,
mnasaidiana. Hata siku hizi nimeona, I've come to realize that the number of stay home dads is growing up. Why not people exchange too? Pia kama mwana bibi ameamua yeye ndo anataka kutoka nje afanye kitu na ubaki kwa nyumba ungangane na watoto, why not? As long as uko sawa,
because if we have kids, we are raising those kids, both of us. It's not like it's natural ati ni mwanamke tu anafaa kukaa tu kwa nyumba tu ale watoto. No. But
no, the only thing ni ego. Men, ego ndio inaweza isikubali mwanamume kufanya hivyo.
They already have that mindset, it's a woman's thing.
But because ebu imagine, saa wewe unafanya kazi ya koroga, sawa, construction. Mwanamke ni manager, ni unasikia ni managing director. So managing director aache kufanya kazi, alee watoto, wewe mtu wa koroga uendelee kufanya kazi. Hata ina make any sense kweli?
Unaacha pesa yenye iko hapa.
Uache hii pesa iko hapa ati na hapa kwa sababu ya ego. Ego ya nini?
At the end of the day, you're the man of the house. Whether uko na hiyo nini, bado tu wewe ndio kusema. No, it doesn't change anything. Just establish that. Wewe ndio bado kusema.
Ni sawa, kubali uwekwe.
Hiyo hata umesema, hiyo wengine wako tu hapo chini wanasema mimi siwezi.
Mwanaume kubali uwekwe. Kama si tunasaidiana. Just reverse roles.
It's all like when you get to marriage, it's we just agree on things, tunasaidiana. It's people help each other.
Unajua mimi I'm saying that kwa sababu najua siko in that situation, but it's tricky. That can be tricky though, eh? That can be tricky. But man, Judy, this was awesome, man. Thank you for.
I'm so glad.
I'm
glad you invited
I know. I think it was worth the wait, Kunini. It was very informative. I think very informative. Tumelan sana. Hopefully, people watching, the 77 of you, or the so many of you. I know some people are coming in and out. Some people came in late. I know a lot of people came in late. If you came in late, tafadhali, after this live is over, you can rewatch it again. You can rewatch it again from the beginning. Don't miss out on the information. Judy has some good information, good pointers, man. Alafu, it was so good to hear from your husband on his experience, and to actually see that these things do work. Some people are like, some people stay on the negative. Oh, marriage is a scam. Marriage is not a scam, man.
But why do people have that mindset? Especially our people they have that mindset. Mpaka ukiwa na mtu unasikia tu wanakuambia mtaachana tu. Why do people have that mindset?
No,
when you get to something with that mindset, it will be the way you're putting it.
Itakuwa hivyo kwa sababu
you've already said it. You've already confessed, because unaitisha ndo Mungu atakupatia, and then you wonder why it's not working. You're asking for it. You just said it with your mouth. What do you expect? And
you're already expecting it, because when somebody says marriage is a scam, then on the same breath you want to be married. Okay, so then you get married and then it'll turn out to be a scam. That's all you wanted.
That meaning you're getting to that marriage knowing that it won't even work out.
You already have one leg. One leg is already out there. And the other one wants to be inside.
Whatever you're saying with your mouth is whatever that you'll say. Mimi, I kept on saying, I'm praying to God. I said, I don't say that being a single mother is wrong and nobody wants to be a single mother, but Mimi, I never wish to be a single mother. I always say that I want to get married and I want my kids to have the best life with their father around. I was so scared of being a single mother, because if I wasn't, actually I'll be having kids now, but I was even the friends I had, they had kids, they were even telling me like, you're getting old, what are you waiting for? And all that. I'm like, when it will happen, it will just happen when it's supposed to happen, because I'm not in a hurry. I had my first kid when I was 32, so I was just okay. I'm fine. I was okay. So when it happens, it happens. People are having kids now, even at 50 years. When God makes it, wants it to happen, it will just happen. It doesn't matter if you're on your menopause or like don't have. if you want it to happen, it will happen.
Sure.
And here I am now. This is my first marriage ever. I've never been married again. And these are my kids in my marriage the first time, and I'm very happy, and I'm so thankful. I thank God so much.
That's a huge testimony. I mean, just I think as we wrap up, maybe encourage somebody who, like, you know, they're thinking, I'm getting older. You know, there's a lady out there who's thinking, you know, I'm getting older, or, you know, or whether it's a single mom, I'm getting older. It kind of seems like love, giving up on love.
Mm.
What would you encourage them, as, you know, and encourage everybody who's watching this?
So whether you're a single mom or you're just single, maybe you just want to start life, there's still a chance. Not even still, there's a chance. Single mothers are also getting married with their kids. There's someone who is gonna accept you with your kids. So don't just put yourself here thinking that nobody's gonna want you. Get into those dating sites too. There are men actually who are there. Maybe they already also have kids, you know, and they'll want to, if you want more, you guys are going to talk about, but some of them will actually, they don't mind dating women who have kids. Yeah. So you get there, don't just be like that you already have kids, or maybe you're married before. Even people who are divorced, they always get married again in another, because maybe it wasn't meant to be that one, but whatever way, maybe they're getting someone new, and then it works out better than the other one. So whether you're divorced or you are of age, thinking that, oh, I'm too old now, maybe no man will even want me because of my age, because maybe I can't even have kids because of my age. Nothing is impossible. You never know. Nothing is impossible. You can have kids at 50 years, you can have kids at 40 something years. You can, if you pray to God and you believe in God, it will happen. Just have a positive mindset, and be careful of what you're speaking out with your tongue, because whatever that you're speaking out, and you're really emphasizing, it will happen the way you want it. It's either it happened in a good way, the way you want it to happen, or it happened the way you want it. You're saying it's gonna happen. You know, let's just be positive. Go out there, wake up, go out there, whatever, whoever you are meeting, try new people out, meet people online. Just do things. Don't be afraid to get into dating. Now, Kingia, when you're making that profile, also say you have kids. Don't put that away. Don't put it away. Just say you have kids. Don't lie. You know, thinking that if you say that you lie, that you don't have a kid, that person is gonna want you. What if he wants you and then he's serious about getting married to you, and you lied that you have a kid, and then he finds out that you have a kid, and then now he said like he doesn't want anything to do with you? Are you gonna blame the person for letting you go? You're not gonna blame the person, because you are the one who made it happen like that. Yeah. So just be truthful, be open-minded, don't hide. Say things the way you are. Just be you, be natural. Take those pictures, nice pictures, you know, post them there. Wachaneni na filters, leave those too much makeup, you know, just do a little bit of touch up, make a nice profile, a nice presenter. Just let's put it like this. Just imagine that you're going on a job interview. Let's put it like that. Let it put it like you're doing your CV, you're doing your resume. Make that profile look so good, you know. It's not like you're trying to impress everyone, but let someone who is approaching you approach you for who you are, and not for what you're trying to display, that you're not even that person, or not, you're not the whatever that you do. Whether you're a man or a lady or whatever your age, just have a positive mindset, and you will be surprised. You'll be surprised. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Judy. I know this is not the last time. You know, I'm sure we'll have more conversations, you know, once you settle more, and you know. But thank you.
I'm glad. If you want to invite me again, and people wants to see,
they love it. I mean, I think, and I personally too. It's, you know, it's been a really good session. I love how everything's just flowed. I love that you're open and you love to share, and I love that you always love to help people. Man, asante sana, shukran sana, nashukuru sana, asante. We barikiwa sana, barikiwa sana. Acha
Amen.
nikuache. I know it's been 2 hours. Let us go. Najua kids.
Yeah.
It's the weekend. Yeah,
Tukaendelea na,
weekend.
yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
for the invite. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Hey, my people, man, make sure you follow her. Make sure you follow her. Alisema TikTok anaitwa Judy James, alafu YouTube ndio hiyo hapo hivyo, Queen and Quanell. That's her YouTube channel. Alafu TikTok anajiita Judy James. Tafadhali watu wangu, please make sure maze, go follow her kabisa. Follow her kabisa. Aya, Judy, thank you so much.
Thank
Sante.
you. Nashukuru.
Aya, shukran sana. We watu wangu maze, another impromptu session that was good. That was good. I love that we get to hear all these different ways, testimonies, but also different ways you guys can come and thrive in the US. So man, I'm super grateful for everybody for tuning in, for the love that you're showing me. Man, before you leave, make sure you hit that like, share this video with somebody you know that might be this might help them. Jump into those dating sites these days. Let me tell you, I feel like more than 50% of the marriages that are happening in today's world, those people are meeting online, because people sometimes don't go out anymore. They don't meet people where they used to meet people. So just put yourself out there and and pray, and God will bring the right person, your person. Yeah. And yeah, like Judy said, tafadhali, men, single moms, put your kids in there. There could be a man who cannot biologically have any kids, and so they're more than welcome to, that's what they want. They want to marry a woman who's already has a family, already has kids. So, and don't be ashamed of your kids. Just put them in there. Otherwise, watu wangu, man, another good session, man. Kama mmeona niko basement ya my in-laws, kasema wacha niingie hapo hivi nipige content leo. Otherwise, man, watu wangu, may God bless you. May God bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you, man. May he bless you from the head of, from the hair on your heads to the sole of your feet, man. May you be blessed going in and coming out. May God bless the work of your hands, man, and everything that you do. May everything you touch be blessed and turn into gold in Jesus' name. Otherwise, watu wangu, sin evil. Until next time. Fiti man.